Okay. Okay. I think it works now. I think it actually works. All right. Okay. It works. I just had some issues with my channel, but I'm just going to close all this. Right. I'm just going to close this. Right. Okay. Okay. So then, okay. Sorry. So the thing I will talk about in this video is about it's. I'm going to introduce my channel, like like why did I make it. So the main reasons, things I'm worried about is I'm worried about Christianity, the path it's going. I'm worried about how Western civilization is going, especially the divide. One thing I would say is one false information, and it's usually I see so many people. Let's say, and okay, I will start with the Christianity, right? There's a lot of Christians, Catholic Christians. I am myself a Catholic. I have I have full respect of all Christian denominations, but it's a lot of Catholic Christians. Let's say only those within the Catholic Church are saved, but the Catholic Church in itself does not even teach that. And the Catholic Church doesn't see Orthodox Church as a holy apostolic church. It views Protestants as actual Christians, and I will make a video about that, where I specifically discuss about that. And I will also talk about immigration. I will talk about the demographic design, how much of the global white population is white, for example. And a lot of people, I actually heard a line recently, is that white people are 7% of the population, which is false. And if we if we're going to win this, I mean, we kind of need to just know the basics. We need to know the basics of what Christianity says, what the Bible says, what the church teaches. We cannot just take things out of context. We need to know our own demographics. I mean, if we do not know how many white people there are globally, and we are wrong by a large margin, the white population is actually 15%. And that's like an example, right? And there's other things about immigration numbers. And I'm not saying this because, oh, well, what's happening is just less bad. Obviously, in the next 80 years, by 2100, I believe that Western civilization could be lost if we do not act. Okay, I do believe that. But we kind of just need to be true and kind of understand how much of the population is white, how is the current demographics, so what's our fertility rate, what's the other nations' fertility rates. Most people do not really have the basic understanding of this, and it's pretty much what the statistics like. Oh, white people were 30% in 1900s and 7% now, and everyone just believes in it. But that's just wrong. 30% in the 1900s was Europe alone. I will show you how much of world lived in Europe in 1930. Right, if I'm going to look up here. How much of world lived in Europe in 1930? It's actually 30%. I just wait. I can't find it. Wait, sorry. Can't just by populations, right? And you can see, right, British Empire, blah, blah, blah. This was the early 1900s. As you can see, United States was like close to 5%. Russian Empire was alone 8%. The British one was 23%. Yes, I mean, it did include India. But then you had like, Austria-Hungary 2.8, Germany had 4% alone. It's actually 30%. It just won't show up here. And then you see like Argentina, they do have whitest diaspora. White population then was like 40%. So it's kinda so when people say 7% now, they talk about either just those of Northwestern European descent. They may be talking about um, Europe, not including Russia, not including United States, Canada. They do not include diaspora, they do not include Russia, and they count all immigrants as non-white, then you would get about 7%, which is about 560 million people. About that. No, 540 million people, like, that's the number we will get. So yeah, like, so it's bit wrong information. Um, if you were to look at historic populations, it's a lot higher than they think, right? And let's get 3000 BC, 3000, no, 3000 BC, right? And estimates of historical population, blah blah. I can't necessarily find the things I want. Yeah, okay, I can't find it. Um, I can't really find it. Okay. Anyways, if we were to look at like the historic populations of all white people, it's about 25% of all human slaves, right? This is an example. Um, and this is my channel. I talked about a bit of Israel here. Um, and I know this is a bit like unorganized video, but this is just the introduction. You will kind of understand what I will talk about. I will come with like better sources next time because this video was completely unprepared, and I do apologize for that. Thank you for watching.